Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Thursday, June the 14th, and this is the market overview. Looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXC, GLD, SLV, XLF, XY, and whatever else happens to come our way. All right. Well, very nice day. I missed all of the fireworks as usual. And Dow up 155 points. Very impressive. Or some kind of rumor about the central bankers standing by to hit the button for saving the world, assuming that Greece is going to say no. And I don't think that they're going to say no. I think they're going to say yes. And are they going to push the button after they say yes? I would assume no, but in this market, you never know. Dow making a new recent high, massively bullish, and even peeking its head out from the top long-term moving average. Very impressive. CCI, RSI reversing again. Seems to be a daily occurrence. And pointing up once again. 14-day RSI moving average carrying us through the entire move and still pointing up. Not even getting above its 20 yet. So, wow. That sucker can get all the way to the top, but you know that. Stochastic reversing course going up. Histogram up. MACD up. Very impressive looking chart. Absolutely. Last night we were saying the Bulls were not finished and the Bears were not finished, and because, you know, feeling with the talking heads was, oh, the world is coming to an end, this is going to be it. We knew that wasn't the case, but we didn't know that it was going to be like this either. So it's not like wish I had a magic crystal ball. It'd be totally awesome. But anyways, probabilities, and how nice is that? That's so darn impressive. 60-minute time frame. Is it overdone? Well, we have the new high today. See that very easily. Eclipsing all of this. And once again, brings into the question of inverse head and shoulders. We don't have a proper right shoulder that goes lower than the left shoulder, but you don't always have to have that. The nice thing about this is, well, sort of nice, is where is the neckline? I would assume, I would think that it's right here. And that stretches across, hits this one, it's nice, it's pretty. If it's true, then we've broken out of it today, and we have so far to go. 500, 600 points to the upside. That'd be incredible, but I'm not so certain. I don't know if it's this little line here that kind of screws it up, but anyways, the CCI going sideways, RSI up, histogram up, stochastics going down to meet it. It has met it, just needs to turn around. Up on the MACD, up on the MACD histogram. Very nice looking chart. Absolutely. Very, very nice. SPX. Nothing like the Dow. We didn't make a new recent high. We did not test the recent high. We're just barely coming into resistance with the long-term moving averages. Very, very different. Indicator-wise, everything ticking up. It's very pretty. Absolutely. Very pretty. But is it the same as the Dow? Nope. 60-minute time frame. There's that inverse head and shoulders. Not exactly perfect, but it is what it is. And but at least this one, potential neckline, looks pretty darn simple to me. I do prefer that over the Dows. And it would require a break of 1335. 7 points to go from where we are now. Can it do it on a day that isn't a mad cow? 7 points. Yeah, it could be done. Could it be done easily? No. So, very different hurdle for SPX. And everything clicking on up with the exception of the stochastics. 60-minute time frame. It is a nice looking chart. Which isn't to say also be the party pooper. Could we have a possible head and shoulders here? Well, it wouldn't be perfect either. I guess maybe you could say that this action here could be a shoulder, but that looks pretty darn messy to me. But anyways, the VIX. This sucker was languishing way up here majority of the day. It was very inconvenient and would have been a much better indication had it been much lower the majority of the day. But didn't want to do that. And beyond that, what do we have here? We have another Head and Shoulders, potentially. But the right shoulder would not be in perfect positioning, but it is what it is. And we're getting down to the long-term moving average bar, penetrating it slightly. And everything ticking down, but I don't like the histogram. It is still in this little range bar mess. It needs to break out of it, give us a clearer signal. Which certainly seems like that's more than probable given the indicators at the moment. But I guess we'll have to see if there is a reaction with the long-term moving average bar. And if there are more NDEs tomorrow, like, you know, the world is coming to an end, the sky is falling, you know, Moses is partying the Red Sea again. I don't know. Obama's going to fly off in a rocket to Mars or to do campaigning there. I don't know. 60-minute time frame. Yeah, here we can see the crazy drop, which the entire day did not look anything like this until it looked like that. Beyond that, everything ticking down with the exception of the RSI. And we were talking the other day about we had made a fresh new low and that it would need to be retested at some point. So that means it's going to be retested right now. Have to go another couple bucks to the downside. Actually more than that, almost $3. Can it do that relatively easy? Maybe. The problem is we have a pivot high here. We don't know where the pivot low is going to be. Is it going to be below this pivot low, which is what is needed? Or are we going to have a pivot low and then retest the pivot high, which we know we need to retest the high because we made a new recent high? That would actually make sense to me. Make a pivot low, retest the high, it either breaks or it doesn't. If it doesn't, then have a really strong push to break this pivot low. Unless it takes that out all in one go, but sure seems like an awful lot to ask for. We shall see. Beyond that, there is the potential for Head and Shoulders in the 60-minute time frame, which we already see the one in the daily time frame. This is just a better view of it, and it is not perfect, but it's pretty. What can you say? All you can ask for is pretty. TNA. Yeah, you know, I just don't like this one. Yeah, it had a nice move up today. It's a fat body Spain top. It hasn't tested or broken to make a new recent high. It's not testing the long-term moving averages. TNA should be leading. It shouldn't be following. I just don't like the way this chart looks. Stochastics going sideways. 14-day RSI moving average up. CCI RSI up on the MACD histogram, but we're still in this block range, and up on the MACD itself. I just don't like the way this looks. Maybe I'm just being too picky. 60-minute time frame. Yeah. Now this one, kind of interesting. You could say that you have a proper inverse head and shoulders here in that you have the right shoulder lower than the left shoulder. That's nice. But then you have this sloping, unattractive neckline, which actually has to go through a candle for it to work. If that's the case, at least it's close to it and could break out. It wouldn't be a very big move simply because it's so darn small. You have this larger one, which, yeah, that one could work, I suppose. You'd have to connect these two lines. It'd be about 50 for it to break that one. That one's actually much nicer. But $50 from where it is now, it has a ways to go. Just to catch up to where the Dow is. CCI RSI up, down on the stochastics, up on the 14-day RSI moving average, up on the MACD, up on the MACD histogram. I mean, it's not a bad looking chart, it just isn't a great looking chart. And it should lead. UUP. UUP, very nice. It hit the target that we had talked about for the last week and a half, which is 22.6. It is kissing the long-term moving average bar and backed away slightly. Everything ticking down. Very, very nice. Question will be, is it going to have a reaction at this point? Is it going to bounce off or is it going to sit? I guess we will see very soon. Beyond 22.6, the next level is 22.4, actually just shy of it. That would be an extremely nice move for the market, and that is what it is. FXE, the euro, it does appear to be going in for a bar retest at 126. It did make a slightly higher high today. That's all that matters. That is bullish. And everything is ticking up. This is a nice looking chart. We had noted in the daily running thread about the move of the dollar, the move of UUP, and how the market, I guess it was yesterday, was not following properly. And, well, it made up for it today in spades. How about that? And CompQ, the NASDAQ. Yeah, you know, it just doesn't look right. Just doesn't feel right. We have a spinning top, inside day spinning top, negative. Stochastics are ticking down. Everything else is ticking up. Definitely more positive than negative, but I just don't care for its positioning or its price. It has so far to go just to retest the high. It just seems like a lot of energy just to try to match the Dow. I just can't say that I care for that. Apple. Yeah. What's up with this? Little doji star. Stochastics down, CCI down, histogram sloping down, RSI up, MACD up slightly. This certainly isn't a good showing. Why isn't Apple leading? Anyways, just something that doesn't really make too much sense to me. GE. Now this one does make sense. This is a nice looking chart. This is ideal, making a new recent high, coming in on that $20 level, which we've noted in the past, only about 30 cents to the upside, and everything ticking up. This one is good. And we had noted last night about making another new recent high last night, how that was bullish and it should lead the Dow. Maybe if it hadn't been for the rumor, this would look different, but nonetheless, it looks good right now. I guess that's all there is to it. Beyond that, we're now breaking this the pivots where you had a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we have a higher high. Is this going to be broken? And be a good question. GLD. Ending with a hanging man. Potential reversal signal. A weak one. Closing above the long-term moving averages. Very nice. They're going to take some real damage off of this. And everything ticking up. Although the CCI RSI very slightly. Be very curious to see if it can take out this recent high, or if it's going to develop another pivot here, and then we'll have to test this low at 153. SLV. You know, this one doesn't look bad to me. I mean, yeah, it's red today. It's a hammer today. It didn't get into the long-term moving averages today. I mean, that would say, oh, this thing's weak. But this resistance level has held perfect. That's a good sign. We have higher lows. We have higher highs. The question will be, can it bounce here and make a new higher high? Everything is not ticking up. 14-day RSI moving average, we noted last night or the night before, it met the 14-day RSI moving average and the stochastics turn. Very good sign, very bullish sign. CCI RSI ticking down today along with the histogram sloping down and the MACD slightly up. I do think this is more bullish than bearish, but it certainly does not have nearly the same amount of indication that further upside is warranted. But so, just got to point out everything. XLF, the financials, nice day. Did not make a new recent high. Did not challenge the current high. Kissed the long-term moving average bar. Backed away from it. Everything is ticking up. But nothing like the Dow. Nothing like the Dow. This one's more similar to SPX. So there's just more that is needed before we have a really good indication that it can be trusted. JP Morgan. Yeah, you know, really strong movement, ending with a spinning top. This has been a good move. Has been breaking out of this area, but it didn't make a new higher high today. Didn't challenge the higher high today. It hasn't come into contact with the long-term moving averages. I was thinking, I don't know if I posted it or not. I was thinking 34.5 and on the as a first target, and 36 as a second target, and beyond that it probably would have problems. It did make one, and the question will be, can it make the other? Everything is ticking up. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty strong. It has to have that. Has to have a new higher high. Is there anything left? Did I look at XOI? No, I didn't. XOI oil. The creeps in OPEC decided to not change production, which the market actually liked, which was very surprising. Should have been a negative, but yeah, took it as a positive. Fat body spinning top, not yet getting to the long-term moving average bar, not making a new recent high, but everything is ticking up. So, hey, not bad. And that's going to do it. I'm very curious to see what happens after the rumor run today. Very, very curious. And I definitely don't think that the run is perfect, but I guess we'll see if it can carry. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.